Hello family and friends, this is your boy Mike. I was trying to chill in the car. Obviously it's not working. It is a hot day. I'm on my lunch here, but just figured I'd make a quick video. The topic is, what do you do when you're trying to live closely with somebody or have a close relationship with somebody that has a socio or political viewpoint that is different than yours? I think this is a real key in our divided nation right now. Some of y'all know, my wife is of a different ethnicity. My wife has different political viewpoints to me in some respects. And I just want to share some tips as to how I have learned through the hard way how to make it work. So hope this helps. Hope y'all are staying healthy. Got your masks and everything and doing well. I miss seeing all of you, and I hope that we're able to maintain close relationship in spite of our differences as we move toward the election. First, Romans chapter 14, 15, it says, accept him who is weak in faith without passing judgment. So, there may be a stance on a political issue, on a social issue, racism, something like that, where like you just feel you're convinced that you know the truth, and the person that you're in close relationship with has a different viewpoint. You don't reject that person. You still accept that person. It says accept the one who's weak in faith without passing judgment on their opinion. Just because they're wrong doesn't mean they're going to stay wrong. It doesn't mean they're going to be wrong forever. Over time, people's viewpoints change. And if your viewpoint is truth, then ultimately it will prevail. If you're with the Bible's going to end up being true. And the truth doesn't change. So you ought not to let the fact that somebody close to you has a difference of opinion really irritate you to the point where you separate yourself from that person. I know it's difficult when you're in close relationship with somebody, but you got to have patience. That's what the Bible's calling for there. Here's another thing. Let me see here. In 1 Timothy and in Titus, I think 1 Timothy 6, Titus 3, it talks about avoiding foolish controversy. It talks about avoiding getting into unnecessary arguments with people and division without a reason. And I think to some degree, some of this stuff that's going around with these different situations that pop up in these different cities in the United States this summer, some of the stuff with the COVID, it's just something where nobody really knows the truth. We're looking at a 30, 60-second video clip and we're making judgments. And I think we need to sometimes just realize that, there's not necessarily a clear-cut reason to jump into that controversy. Now, these can be discussions, but if you find that these things raise the temperature in the room to where, you're wanting to throw down with somebody, then you need to maybe not have those conversations as frequently or choose carefully when you're going to have them. As an example, something I'm learning, we don't engage with those kind of conversations close to bedtime in my household, because I don't want to go to bed angry at my wife. I want to, if we have a difference in political view, I want to try to discuss that thing before bedtime. And that's becoming my rule this summer. We just don't do it. You've got to have boundaries. The family reunion is not the time to bring out all this stuff and to bring out all this political stuff. It really isn't. We need to value family. We need to value unity sometimes more than the truth. Truth has a place, but truth does not always have a time. Sometimes you've got to wait for its time. So that's point number 2. Point number 3, you've got to get back to 1 Corinthians 13. Can't get away from that one. Love bears all things, hopes all things, believes all things, endures all things. Love never fails. Love believes all things. Love hopes all things. So when I get into a conversation with somebody and it becomes obvious that they hold a view that I find to be morally detestable, that I find to be morally, inadequate, wrong, that doesn't necessarily mean that I consider their character to be wrong. Okay? Because if I love that person, then I can still hope that they are still of good character. Maybe they just have been misinformed. Maybe they've listened to the wrong information. Maybe they haven't had the same experiences that I have, and maybe I haven't had the experiences they have, and therefore I'm misinformed. I hate to go there with that last one, but it could be true. So anyway, I just want to encourage you, to believe and trust with your loved ones, with the Christian people, with the people that have shown character and love in your life. Otherwise, don't be quick to judge those people. And who cares what the vote is in November or what you think they're going to vote? You could still think they're wrong and yet still be convinced that they love you and still be convinced that you love them. And it's still possible. We can still do it. We can bear with one another. And I want to encourage all y'all that are in my situation, bear it out. Do it. You can see on my face, I'm sitting in a hot car. See the sweat pouring off of me? I'm bearing this heat. I tell you what, I can bear it a little bit more because I love to get this video out to you. And I can bear with you and your particular political opinion because I love you. I can bear with it because you're family and you're friends and you're in Christ and we're made to be together. So that's my thoughts for now. Let me know what you think. Give me a comment. Give me a call sometime. I miss y'all. Take care. Much love.